And so this part of the debate really brought up every time they bring up Social Security, I just lose my mind a little bit. So here's a Social Security fun fact for you. Back in 2002, George W. I can't remember if it was 2001 or 2, but it was early in his presidency. George W. Bush proposed privatizing at least some of Social Security, and people before him have said that the whole thing should be privatized. And for some reason, people push back on this. I think it's because they don't understand what that means. To put this into perspective for you, and don't worry, I didn't do the math. I had somebody else do the math. The current Social Security Trust Fund today, or at least a couple days ago, sits at about $2.9 trillion. In 2002, when Bush was president, the fund was at $1.2 trillion. Seems good, right? Seems like it's pretty much, it's more than doubled, right? However, if Social Security had followed the Dow Jones rate of return via something like an index fund, for example, and had been left alone, meaning no money was spent and no money was added, Social Security would have around $8.2 trillion in the fund today. Now, you may say, well, that's not a fair comparison because, money gets taken out and put in all the time, so obviously it wouldn't grow that much. Using the same equation, but at the high average return on the Social Security Trust Fund historically, which is, I looked it up today, it's like 4.25%, somewhere along there, slightly above 4. Assuming no money was added or taken out, just like the other example, the fund would sit at, today, around $2.96 trillion, as opposed to $8.2 trillion, by following the stock market trend. Social Security is a scam. And the reason it is a scam is because the government borrows from Social Security quite often. And when they borrow from Social Security, it pays the money back with interest, but through taxes. So the government takes the money that was taken out of your paycheck that was supposed to be set aside for your retirement, borrows from it, and pays you back with your tax money. If it weren't the government, that shit would be illegal because it's a scam. It's like the bank taking your money, giving you a loan. No, it's even worse than that. The bank takes your money, borrows it, and then makes you pay it back. That's ridiculous. Whereas a privatized Social Security system would basically be like the government still takes it out of your check, but puts it into, like I said, like an index fund that is yours. It is your index fund. And that retirement grows based along with the stock market, which historically gains, I think on average, it gains about 7% annually. It can be anywhere from 4 to 12, really. That's where they get the 7% figure, and it's 7-ish. Don't eviscerate me in the comments. But suffice it to say, if Social Security were privatized, you'd have a lot more money for retirement. And ironically, the government could borrow it and you'd still come out ahead. So the next time somebody pushes for privatizing Social Security, let them do it.